right, hello Internet. This is Cosbach. Thanks for joining me here today. And as we start out, I've got a bit of a confession to make. I derped. If you weren't aware, I did a stream last weekend that was with Corfeed Go. Thank you very much for the collaboration, by the way. It was a lot of fun. But this was touring around here. This was the build battle between Good Times with Scar and Zombie Cleo's Patreon servers. I took place on the Scar team, of course. And we did this stream, kind of doing the Builder's Insight guided tour, going around pointing out some of the things that you would only know if you had actually taken part in the build. I had originally intended to record this and put this out as a video, but yep, I forgot to hit record. I'm sorry. So to make up for that, I'm going to do a recording. This is just on the Scar side that I'm going to do here today, but I'm going to go through, read the story. Again, I was the one that did the writing for that, so you're kind of getting read by the author, I suppose. Would be the way that would go. I know Scar hasn't put his video out yet. Definitely hope his health is recovering. We've seen some posts, so looks like he's starting to do a little bit better here, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more from him shortly. But anyway, while I have got you here, and while that hasn't come, I will go ahead and do this as the author read. So I'm just going to do kind of the tour of some of the basics here. I'm not going to go super into the details on everything. So do the quick just walk through things, and then I will read the story, and then we'll progress on to the next scene. And I'm not going to go through absolutely everywhere. This is just going to be kind of the quick glances of things. I don't intend for this video to be super long here. But I do kind of want to hit as much of the details as I possibly can, just to give you guys a little bit of a tour around here. I know not everybody has access to the server. It's only the people who have participated between either of the Build Battle servers. So kind of want to give the rest of the internet a reference point where they can take a look at things and see what all was going on here. I'll throw a little bit of commentary in as one of the builders as I can. Just where it's relevant, but not going to be anywhere near as in-depth as the stream was. But anyway, that's got that portion. Let's go ahead and get to our story. We joined our heroes at the tavern in the woods. The fire was warm, the band was playing lively, and travelers were settling in for a nice meal. That is, until one of them got a bit too excited with his drink. Another he yelled enthusiastically and threw his mug. The mug flew across the room and crashed into the tavern's dinner bell, creating an awful racket. The tavern owner's cat, Jelly, abhorred this noise and ran off into the woods. Jelly, the tavern owner screamed, "Oh, someone please bring her back!" The call to adventure was on, and the heroes charged off bravely into the woods after her. All right, and as we progress on from the scene, we will come on out here. As was mentioned on the stream, most of the people in here, the little armor stands, they were either hermit crafters or there was our cameos. There was mine over there. That was featured pretty prominently on Zombie Cleo's stream, or video she did rather. So I won't mess so much with that. We do have the drowned build battle here. All right, as we progress on down the path. Maybe we'll go ahead and fly rather than force you to walk. Let's go ahead and do the quick canvas around. So we have our party of adventurers here. We can see we've got Cub as our ranger archer. We've got Stress as the ice mage. Xuma, we had intended him to be a cleric, but yeah, I think Cleo's description of him as a warlock was kind of appropriate. We've got Ren over here as the rogue slash bard kind of thing. And that, of course, False is the tank, the warrior. That is what she does. And we've got our nice owl scene here. This is the first time I noticed somebody actually put a little bit of bird poop rock under there. Oh, I do. See, every time you come on here, you notice new things. Alright, let's get the story read. Unfortunately, Jelly was fast and clever and eluded the heroes. As the woods were large and dangerous, they sought out the wisdom of the ancient owl of the grove. To find the one you seek, the owl spoke, you must end the threat of the brethren dragons. With a flourish of his wing, a single feather fell. A potion made from this feather, the silk of the giant spider, and the magic of the water serpent will be the dragon's undoing. And we will progress on through the woods to the next scene here. You can see things getting a lot darker. Again, I don't know who was the one that made the decision to throw this kind of shade. That was not my choice. For this one, I'm actually going to read the book because we kind of go into the scene afterwards here. The lair of the giant spider was dark and dangerous, but the heroes were brave and determined in their quest. Boldly, they charged in, ready for the fight ahead. And as we come into the scene here, cover all the detail of the spider. And of course all the other ones stuck hanging around. You can see the little bits of loot that were left hanging around here for them to upgrade as they go. A couple of dead bodies there. You can see the group charging in. Up in the tree, stress shooting off the ice. Get Exuba doing his lights. What's going in? And you can see Exuba is the one that has the feather from the owl. So this all links up and progresses as the story goes. We come out through here. Wind the path along this way. And yes, you may spot as we're going through here, there are jellies hidden everywhere through here. The idea being that Jelly was kind of following the group as they were going in between the different scenes. Here we come into the serpent fight scene. I'll go ahead and do the tour here. We've got the ice bridge going. These two charging in. And no, Ren wasn't actually dying here. Ren was the one that made the dive to go retrieve the magic, unlike what Cleo had suspected in her video. But you can see the progression here. You can see Cub has the spider silk on his belt. I'll do the quick tour of the serpent itself. And yeah, this was just such an impressive build. Getting all the prismarine blocks to get all the detail in here. I'll go ahead and do the quick dive down since we have the conduit to see the cave. There it goes through. Originally, we had just left the magic down here, but yeah, that for obvious reasons that would have taken quite a while to get to. We didn't expect them to dive down to find it, but there is just so much detail done in this cave. And there is where the magic originally sits. If I can find my way out. This is why we didn't make them go dive down. There we go. Yeah, kind of canvas over the fight scene. And for the story. The way to the Serpent's Lake was long and winding, but still the heroes marched on. The serpent's magic was kept deep in the underwater caverns, and the heroes had to divide themselves to distract the serpent while the others retrieved their prize. And as we head in through here, trying to avoid the wither roses, we open up into this one. The lair of the Dragon Bros. With the ingredients, they brewed the potion and brought it to the den of the Brethren Dragons. With their secret weapon in hand, they charged the cavern, prepared for a fierce battle. However, they were in for a surprise. And by the way, this was my big scene. I put together the dragons on this one. Had a lot of help with the terraforming, but yeah, this was my major contribution to the actual building on here. You can see Cub and Ren launching off, fighting Dragon Skull. I actually did do the particle effects by hiding an ender chest under their tongues. Got stress fighting Mummo. By the way, if you know your Latin, omnes amores glacies is everybody loves ice in Latin. You have the Mum Dragon. He's got the particle effects in there too. I tried to give him kind of a pan-Asian feel. I felt that was best to get the mustache in. I know he would traditionally not have wings, but it made sense to keep it with the rest of them so they were all in theme. And of course his precious case of redstone. And then we have Xuma and False charging in for the fight on Dragrian. Of course, he's going to be using magic to throw the potions for there. Again, with the particle effects. Got the red colorings in. If I had been thinking about it, I probably would have made Green's Precious Block TNT. That seems to be the one he uses the most. And of course we have Drag Skull here. Coming down. His precious rock is, of course, the Iscalium. But well, you'll see this in the next story portion, why they stuck him in here. As we progress on, we'll see all of the riches in here. You can see all the gear. And of course, given who this is, they have Sand and Spare Mustache. And then making the way out the back, we have the bodies of the treasure raiders that have been taken down. And we come into the back scene here. Go ahead and do the canvas over. We can see them with their upgraded equipment that they've got. Mumbo and Iscal with the banners making the fancy fronts on their coats. Alright, and then for the story here. The potion did not destroy the dragons, but changed them into human form. Finally, said the diamond-eyed dragon with a strange accent as he changed. I can't believe you guys made me sleep in the bird poop rock. The heroes looked on, confused. Wasn't that supposed to kill you? Kill us, said the dragon with the red markings. Oh no, we just got stuck. But thank you, how can we repay you? The heroes then explained their quest. Oh, jelly, yeah, said the mustachioed dragon. Follow the path out the back. We have a portal that will take you right to her. With supplies for the fight ahead, the heroes carried on. See ya, the mustachioed dragon called. See ya? Really? Chanted the other two. Yeah, I'll be honest, I still don't know what to say for an outro, he replied quietly. Of course, I have to apply that for Mumbo. Even now, he still doesn't know how to do an outro. He gets so confused. And anyway, our path carries on through here. We do the quick dive through the nether. Portal magic warping on through. And we come out to the final fight scene. As I mentioned in the stream, I actually did the detailing for the broken bridge. So I'll follow this the way it's intended to go or where the heroes would have marched. And there was no real reason for this. It was just thematic. We honestly, we just kind of thought it looked cool to have the scene come through that way and having that broken bridge there. I'll read the book first here. Just as the brother and dragon said, the portal did lead them to where Jelly was hiding, a dank and musty swamp. One of the rope bridges had broken, so the heroes had to sneak around from the side. Jelly, however, was not as they expected. Rather than meeting a regular house cat, the Jelly they faced was massive. With her trusty pet riding atop her, she battled and swiped the adventurers, shaking them to their core. And then we will go over the fight scene here. I like to imagine that False is just getting ready to make a flying jump there. But yeah, we've got Red with the throwing daggers. I love this spell effect with Exuma. I say that every time I look at it. It just looks awesome how that all... He's just so into it. We have Cubs launching off with the quiver on the back. And then we have the massive Jelly. Of course, Onward Noble Steed. That is the best. We had to put that in there. The robot eye with the Jelly and the little claws. And then we see the Dream Clouds, which will lead you over to the ending point. Climb up into what we dubbed as the Dream Tree. And we see Scar at the end here reading to Jelly. In the end, Jelly proved to be too much for the foolish adventurers. With no one left to stand against her, the giant Jelly was free to frighten off any who were impudent enough to ring that accursed bell, and so under Jelly's rule, peace was allowed to return to the land. There will be a couple of cuts there just because I have to contend with the music getting set off, but yep, you can see the little end scene here of Scar reading the bedtime story to Jelly up in the tree. And then just the tree itself, I will kind of pan back here. If I can get out from under the swamp trees. This is the problem, this thing is so massive it pushes me off into the rest of the woods. All right. There we go. All right. Well, that has been the story of the adventurers trying to deal with Jelly. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will put links into the description down here for Zombie Cleo's video where she and Scar had done the tour. And if Scar ever does put a video out for this, I will go ahead and link that one as well. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.